dear students, today in this class we will discuss about the MHO relay. This is also a type of distance relay. Already we have discussed the distance production system, where we have discussed the first one was the impedance relay, second was the reactance relay, and this is the third one, which is called the MHO relay, or it is also called the admittance relay. So we have discussed the reactance relay, where we have a polarizing coil and operating coil. Similar construction is here also in case of MHO relay, that we have a operating coil and again we have a restraining coil. So this is an induction cup type of structure. This relay is also having a induction cup type of structure, and in this case also the operating torque is produced by voltage and current element. However, the restraining torque is produced by the voltage element, and this relay is also called the admittance relay. Admittance relay. So we will see the structure of this relay, that how what is the circuit diagram. So this is the induction cup nature of this relay, that we have a 4 poles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. In pole 2 we have an operating coil which is supplied by the current, and in pole 1, 3 we have a polarizing coil which is supplied by the voltage, and we have a in pole 4, that is the restraining coil, which is also supplied by the voltage. Here in this structure we have provided a inductance and a capacitance, variable capacitance, in series with the polarizing coil. So purpose of this inductance as capacitance is to tune the circuit so that further setting or memory action can be provided to the polarizing coil. So again, since we have a 4-pole structure and we have an operating coil which is supplied by the current, and again we have a polarizing and this voltage coil which is supplied by the voltage. So the restraining coil which is supplied by voltage, the interaction between the operating coil and this restraining coil with the voltage and current element. See, this upper portion and lower portion both are the polarizing coil and they are supplied by the voltage element. So this complete right side system is called the voltage element coil, and this left side system is called the current coil element. This is called the operating coil, and this type of called the restraining coil. Whenever there is a flux interaction between the operating coil and restraining coil, our torque produced will be more than from operating coil respect to the restraining coil. So in that condition the relay will operate, and if the torque produced by the restraining coil is more than the operating coil, the relay will not operate. So that is how, based on the operation and fundamental principle of the MHO relay. As we have discussed in case of reactance relay, that for a certain value of reactance measured by the relay, if that reactance lies within the characteristics line, then relay will operate, and if the reactance measured is more than the set value, then relay will not operate. Similarly, here also we are measuring the admittance. So admittance value is also defined. You will see the operating characteristics, that how we have determined the admittance and which is measured by the relay for the production system. Let us go. What are the various torque equations for these current and voltage coils? So let us see here. It is an electromagnetic induction cup type amateur relay. The torque equation is given by T equals to K1 VI phi minus alpha minus K2 V square minus K3. Now why it is so? Because there is a one restraining coil is operated by the voltage, so it is written as a K2 V square, and operating coil having interaction by both voltage and current element, where the alpha is the phase difference between the voltage and current. So this portion reflects the operating torque and this portion reflects the restraining torque, and this K3 is nothing but it is a constant torque quantity of the spring. Spring is taken into account for this torque equation. So the upper and lower poles are energized by a voltage V to produce a polarizing flux. The capacitor connected in series provides the memory action. Already I have discussed that upper and lower poles are the polarizing coil poles, and they are energized by the voltage because they are connected from the voltage supply. And the capacitor is connected in series to provide the memory action, so that we can further reset the relay as per the desired condition. Left is energized by the current, and that is producing the operating quantity or the operating torque. The left pole, due to the current I, interacts with the polarized flux due to the voltage V, and that produces the operating torque, that is known as K1 VI cos phi minus alpha. So already we have discussed that this is the operating torque, which is having interaction between the current coil and the polarizing coil, which is supplied by the voltage, and this is the phase difference between the voltage and current. However, the restraining coil is supplied by the voltage, so this is written here as a K2 V square, and K3 is the spring torque. So same thing is written here. Now the operating torque for the amateur relay is by VI element, and restraining torque is by the voltage element. Same thing explained here. Therefore, a amateur relay can be called as a voltage restrained directional relay, as the voltage element is producing a restraining torque, so it is also called as a voltage restrained directional relay. That is the torque equations which are describing this admittance relay. Now we will see further. At balance conditions, the operating torque is equal to the restraining torque. So we can write, by neglecting the spring torque, K3 equals to 0. So in that condition we can write here K1 VI cos phi minus alpha equals to K2 V square, or we can write here I by V cos phi minus alpha equals to K2 by K1. This whole quantity can be written in terms of a single constant K, or we can write here, that is I by Z, that is 1 by Z. 1 by Z equals to K upon cos phi minus alpha equals to Y. Y is nothing but it is a admittance. Why it is written? Because here we have written 1 by Z. So 1 by Z is nothing but it is a admittance Y, and same thing we have to find out, because this is called the admittance relay or amateur relay. So what is the value of Y? Y is equals to K upon cos phi minus alpha. This is called the admittance in MHO. So as in case of reactance relay, we have evaluated the value of X. Similarly, in case of admittance relay, we have evaluated the value of Y, because it is an admittance relay. That's why we have calculated the value of Y. So for this value of Y, the relay characteristic shows that if the value of Y lies within the circles, then relay will operate, otherwise relay will not operate. It means there will be a restraining torque will be greater than the operating torque. So let us see here. This is the characteristic diagram, and this line shows that within this area of circle, if admittance lies, then the relay will operate, otherwise relay will not operate, and outside this region relay will not operate. Here this is the RX diagram, characteristic diagram, which has been shown here, that for each value of admittance, various circles are drawn which are passing through this origin. So if the value of this admittance lies within these circle ranges, then the operating torque will be greater than the restraining torque, and the relay will operate, otherwise relay will not operate. So that is how the characteristics of the admittance relay has been shown here. So this was the overall structure, operation and characteristics of the amateur relay, or also known as admittance relay. So from today's class we have finished all distance relays. That is, first one is the impedance relay, second is the reactance relay, and third is the amateur relay or the admittance relay. Next we will discuss the further applications of distance relay in case of static terms, that is static relay production system. So this is what about this lecture.